Chosen vessels, what's the deal? Shout out to the Galactic family. I need everybody to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it. Shout out to the Galactic family. Not even the people who brought you in this world can stop you. You're better, stronger, and wiser than them. Not even the people who brought you in this world can stop you. When people try to tear you down, it's because you're better, you're stronger, and you're wiser, and they're afraid of it. When people try to tear you down, it's because you're better, stronger, and wiser than them, and they're afraid of it. Gaslighting is one of the most evil things you could do to a person's mind. Gaslighting is one of the most destructive things you could do to a person's mind. They tear you down and act like they didn't do it and smile in your face. One of the worst things you could do to a person. They're trying to make you bipolar, schizophrenic. Hot and cold, hot and cold. Enough of that will destroy a person's mind. Enough of that will make a person actually have to go into a mental home. Enough of that will destroy a person. And that's what people want to do to you. So if anybody is displaying these behaviors to you, you have to go into survival mode. You have to do what's best for you. You have to not treat these people like normal, regular, everyday folks, because your survival is at stake. Your life is at stake. So what you have to do is you have to protect yourself and your life by any means necessary. People being narcissistic to you is not good for your health. You can't go back to people because you feel bad that you left them. Let them suffer. You can't feel bad for people once you leave them. Let them suffer. When people do you bad, you have to let them suffer the fate of their consequences. When you do something wrong, you have to suffer the fate of your consequences. So when people do something wrong, stop not letting there be consequences for them. When someone does something wrong, there's consequences for their actions. Isn't that what people tell you your whole life? There's consequences for your actions. There's consequences for people's actions. So when people don't do right, when people do wrong, they have to suffer the fate of their consequences. That's why people don't respect you and people laugh at you, is because you think that people don't need to suffer for their consequences. You're too forgiving sometimes. And that's not always a bad thing, but it's not always a good thing either. It's good to forgive, but you don't have to forgive totally 100%. You don't have to forgive and let people back into the same position that they were in, to where they could bring you down and destroy you. You don't have to let that happen. That's not something you have to let happen. There's no law that says that. So when things aren't adding up, and when things aren't good for you and they're good for everybody else, you have to ask yourself, how come people feel good and I don't feel good? How come people are smiling and I feel like I want to frown? I don't feel like I want to smile, but everybody else can be happy and smiling. But when your happiness gets put down, when people are threatened by your happiness, when people are threatened by anything about you, that's a red flag. All right, so when people are threatened about anything about you, they may try to stop you, but not even they can stop you. They can't stop you. Nobody can stop you. It's just that people get threatened by the things that they see in other people they wish they had. They wish they had as much confidence as you. They wish they were as brave as you and everything else. So they will try to destroy you so you won't act like the person you're supposed to be, so you won't be the person you're supposed to be. They have to destroy you so that way you won't even try. So you have more power than them, and you're stronger than them, and you're wiser than them. Because when more than one person has to come after you, that shows that you're strong. When people have to gang up on you, that shows that you're strong. All right, so not even the people who brought you in this world can stop you, and you're better than them. I had to say it because somebody out here needs to hear it. Somebody out there got some people that's close to them that's trying to stop them, that's trying to make them feel like they're not going to amount to anything. Somebody got somebody out there that's trying to make them feel like they're never going to have anything in life, that they don't deserve much. I'm here to tell you that that's a lie. You deserve everything that your heart desires. You deserve every good thing that God sees fit for your life. People want to try to make you quit because you have the power in you. You have God in you. All right, they hate you because they see Christ in you. All right, you believe in God, and they're going to persecute you for Christ's sake. All right, you believe in Jesus, and you believe in treating people the way that they should be treated. You believe in divine laws. You believe in the way the world should be lived in a righteous way. You believe in the way your life should be lived in a righteous way. People are going to attack you because of that, and it may even come from your own bloodline. So, but they can't even stop you because you're powerful. You're powerful in spirit. You're powerful in your mind, and nobody's going to be able to take your anointing away from you. Nobody's going to be able to take that goodness away from you, that strength away from you, that power away from you if you don't let them. And they've seen it in you since you were real young, and they had to try to destroy it because they knew once you got older, you would be a problem. If you had that much power in you, if you were able to walk in that power and live in that power, you were going to be more powerful than them. And that was something that they could not stand. So even when you were real young, they saw that in you and they had to destroy that. So somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to know that they ain't tripping. Somebody needs to know that they ain't bugging. Somebody tried to stop you ever since you were a little one. They tried to destroy you. They tried to destroy your happiness ever since you were a child. They had to bring you down ever since you were a child, because if you were able to rise up at a young age, you would have been destroyed them. They wanted to at least last a little longer before you were able to turn everything over and flip the script on them, because they were scapegoating you, putting all their problems on you, making you the issue for everything. And then they want to gaslight you and say you're trying to make them the issue for your problems, or you're trying to call them out for being the cause of your problems, when the whole time they were the cause of some of your problems. Maybe not all of them, because we have to take accountability for ourselves, obviously, but they were the cause of some of your problems. The way your thought processes, the way you handle life, the way you react to things, not having coping mechanisms, not being able to respond instead of react, not being raised to walk in power and to be powerful. They wanted you to not have boundaries, so that way people will be able to walk all over you, so that way they could walk all over you. If somebody wants to walk all over you, they're not going to lift you up in strength and in power. They're not going to empower you, period. They're going to have you in a powerless position, so that way they could maintain power over your life. All right, but not even them can stop you, because now it's time to break the mental chain. All right, you got to break the link between you and them. All right, and break that link by putting your trust fully in God. Break that link by knowing that they don't have any power over you. They never did. Break that link by taking your power back. Break that link by realizing that you are the one who controls your life. Break that link by realizing that they don't have no power over your life. They don't have no say over your life. You break that link by cutting ties with them and moving on and going to God. Whenever you feel bad, go to God. Whenever you feel like you want to return back to them, go to God. Pray about it. He'll remind you. He'll keep you away from them. They might have a stronghold on you. You have to pray to God to break that stronghold. Those narcissists know how to keep a person at bay. They know how to keep a stronghold on you, because it's a spirit. It's not a person that you're dealing with. you're not dealing with people. You're dealing with a narcissistic spirit. And these spirits want to keep you trapped, and they want to monitor your life, and they want to make sure that you have a lesser quality of life because they're jealous and they don't want your life to be better than theirs. And if you see that, you can't deny your own experience, no matter who or what anyone has to say. There are some people out there, that's their life, that's their experience, and they still gotta live through that. There are some people out there whose parents are jealous of them. Not putting anybody down, not trying to down anybody's parents, not trying to make anybody out to be a bad parent. But the truth is the truth. And if somebody is trying to stop you, they're trying to stop you. If somebody is doing something or saying something to belittle you or destroy your character or to make you feel less than or to make you doubt yourself or hate yourself, that's what they're doing. If somebody does something that makes you feel a certain way and you had no information prior and you realize that this is how you've been dealt with your whole life, there's going to be some PTSD there. There's going to be some trauma there. There's going to be some things that need to be worked out. That's why self-improvement is important. You have to read books. You have to seek help. You gotta study. If you can't get you a therapist, or if you can't do that right now, you have to be your own therapist. You got to be your own mental health advocate. You got to pray. You got to read. You got to talk to God. You got to find other people. You got to ask God to send other people your way that have been through what you've been through. All right. I know not everybody is able to do therapy and life coaching right when they want to, but you have to be your own life coach. There's books out there. There's websites. All right. There's study groups. There's videos. There's things for you to watch, things for you to teach yourself, so that way you can learn. So that way you'll know, all right, I'm not dealing with this person anymore. This person is showing all the signs of a person that all these successful people who have moved on from people and who are living a healthy life and who are mentally sound are telling me to stay away from. All right. When you have a real good heart, I understand how people could have a grip on you. You think it's you. It's not you. All right. These spirits out here, they got to suffer. They want you to suffer with them, and you just can't. You can't allow yourself to suffer with a spirit that doesn't want to change, with a spirit that wants to stop you, with a spirit that wants to weaken you, with a spirit that wants to break you down. There's no time spending with spirits like that. All right, you don't spend time with spirits that want to destroy you, spirits that want to break you down, and spirits that don't want you to be who they know you're supposed to be becoming. That's not beneficial for you. Think about it. How is that benefiting you? How are you putting God first when you keep putting other people first that you keep praying to God about? It's not making sense. God's not understanding that. You're putting yourself in harm's way and asking God to do things for you that you got to do for yourself. You gotta cut certain people out that got to be cut out. Certain people that aren't meant to be there, they aren't meant to be there. And that's just the way it is. It hurts and it's difficult when people are close to you. When you thought this relationship was something different, when you thought this friendship was something different, you actually thought you had somebody like that. You actually thought you had a this. You actually thought you had a that. You actually thought you had a friend. But you didn't, because you tried endless times to be friends with people. You tried endless times to be a relative. You tried endless times, and they kept showing you that you are not going to be able to have a healthy relationship with them. They showed you that. They showed you time and time again that this is not a healthy relationship. So if you choose to stay, you're only fooling yourself. A lot of people may not like this title. A lot of people may not like this video, but it's honest and it's the truth. And it had to be said because somebody out there need to hear this. Because not everybody has got your best interest at heart. All right, no matter who they are. Some people aren't who they say they are. Doesn't matter if nobody else sees it. If you see it, you see it. Don't discredit what you see. Pray to God about it. And anybody that's not meant to be in your life, ask God to remove them out of your life. And we have to keep praying diligently for that. We have to keep asking for discernment. I have to keep asking God to keep us wise and keep us sharp and keep our minds sound. Because when people are trying to play games, when people are trying to gaslight you and make you think that you're not going through what you are, and then you try to talk to people and people are indifferent towards how you feel, they don't care, like they'll do you dirty. You try to go to them to sort it out and work it out, and then they'll act like what they're doing isn't even harmful. That's gaslighting, and that's detrimental to a person's psyche. All right, that like people who go through gaslighting, they need to be they end up having to get evaluated and end up having to get help. They end up having to get life coaches, because depending on how long the person was gaslighted, if they weren't working on themselves, if they weren't praying, if they weren't seeking help already, then they don't know that you're being destroyed, and you don't know you're being destroyed. All right, so I saw a video. Somebody said that the frog should have jumped out of the pot, but the frog didn't know it was in a pot. You should have left. And if I knew I was being attacked, I would have left sooner. If I knew I was going to be attacked, I wouldn't have went back. Who goes back to somebody that they know is attacking them? You may have an idea that something's wrong, so you might separate yourself. But you may, if you're not fully aware to narcissism and all these things, and if the person is a narcissist, and if that's what you're really dealing with, you may even think you're the narcissist. So you have to do your due diligence and research and get some full understanding and ask God for some understanding, so that way you'll have the wisdom on how to use your discernment and how to move through your life. Because you don't need to have people in your life that don't need to be there. People that are not loving, people who are not patient, people who are not kind. That's not love. All right. And God is love, and love is patient, love is caring, and love is kind. And if that's not what you're getting from people, if they're not reciprocating that back to you, you have to find some people who will. All right, you have to find some people that will reciprocate that to you, and that's your soul tribe. All right, your soul tribe, they're going to be able to reciprocate that to you. All right, people in your family that are showing you that their narcissism is more important than how they treat you and your relationship with them. They're more keen on being a bully. They're leaning more on the satanic side of things. And we're not talking about people who just have people who just have an issue, or people who just have something about them they need to change. We're not talking about that. We're talking about ruthless, relentless people who are, you can sense that something is off, and you feel like they're you feel like they're out to get you. Not that everybody's out to get you, but you specifically feel like something is off with this relationship, and you may even feel like these people may try to hurt you or harm you. Your instincts are not lying to you if you get around people and you don't feel safe. All right, so if you don't feel safe around certain people, they may try to gaslight you and tell you that you need some type of help. So you have to separate yourself from people and trust in God, because the longer you entertain them and the longer you stay around people, they're going to try to hit you with the okie doke. And because you don't want to be around them, they're going to tell you, oh, you don't like coming to here, or oh, you don't like us. How can they say you don't like them when they're acting in a way for you not to like? People let you know what they don't like about you all the time. When you're doing something that they don't, you got to stop that. I don't like that. You're not going to do that here. Oh, okay. You got to be the same way with them. Your body is a temple. All right, you got to view, if somebody wouldn't let you come to their house with your mess, don't let them come to your house, your temple with their mess. Your body is a temple. It's a temple of peace. It's a temple of love. It's a temple of happiness. They wouldn't let you come in their house and disrespect them. Don't let them come to your house and disrespect you. To your face, your body, that's your house. Don't let them do that. And it hurts, but we're gonna have to. This is the season to get through the hurt and to get through the pain, because after the storm and after the rain, the sun shall shine again. All right. Because look, we have to get through the pain. We have to get through the pain. It's gonna hurt. All right. There are people out there who thought they had certain people that were what they thought they were, but they're not. And we have to get through this pain, I pray that you get through this pain. I pray that you ask God to guide you. I pray that you ask God to help you through this. I pray that God gives you vision. I pray that he gives you clarity. I pray that he gives us understanding on these things so that we can live a better life and a fuller life and a happier life, and not continue to get tripped up or tricked up out here by people who really kind of secretly are out to get against you and competing with you. All right, so stay safe and make sure that you stay prayed up, and make sure you keep asking God to cut out people who are not meant to be in your life. God is your parent. God is your father. God is your mother. God is your girlfriend. God's your boyfriend. God's your aunt, your uncle. He's your everything. All right, I really mean that. We have to get to the point where we put him first and nothing else. We let him tell us where to go. We let him tell us who to be in our life. And that's how it has to be. He'll bring you the type of person that you want. Just trust in him. You want some chocolate, he'll bring you some chocolate. Don't go out there just because you see somebody. Let him bring them to you. All right, ask God. You want some caramel, he'll bring you some caramel. You want some light skin, he'll bring you some light skin. All right, whatever you want. Just don't be so caught up on having to have a person, or being alone, or wanting some companionship, or wanting a friend because you just want no contact and now you're all alone and you don't have any family or friends. You have to spend that time with God, and meditation is spending time with God. Meditation is spending time with yourself. When you have God, you're never alone. You really have to get yourself caught up and focused on the love of God. All right, all day, every day. Don't focus on the love from these people out here. All right, focusing on certain things got you caught up on outward love outside of yourself. You're not going to find love outside of yourself. Even in family, you still got to find that love within yourself. That even if you do have a loving family and people say they love you and they care about you, which I know they do, you still got to find that love within yourself, and you still got to have that care about yourself too. All right, so I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Smash that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, focus on that self-love. Build yourself up. Make sure you feel good about yourself. Only keep people around you who make you feel good about yourself. Don't keep people around you who make you feel bad about yourself. And I don't mean if you're not living a life up to a positive standard and somebody is trying to get you to change and improve. I'm not talking about that. That's not a narcissist. That's somebody that wants to see you do your best. You need to start doing something. If they're trying to uplift you and be like, hey, you should start doing something. You should get it together. You should. If they're, some people have to speak to you in a tough way, and we're not even talking about that. Sometimes people got to keep it real with you and speak to you in a tough way. But when people are trying to destroy you, there's a difference between tough love and there's a difference between trying to destroy a person. Some people are unfortunately just out there to destroy a person. Doesn't matter what type of relationship y'all have. Some people are in competition with you and they don't want you to end up doing better than them. So what will they do? Sabotage your success. And you can't let that happen. That's why you got to put God first and fully trust in him, so that way you can live the life that you were meant to live. It's not your fault other people aren't doing what they're supposed to do with their life. It's not your fault that other people didn't choose to go with God. It's not your fault. You have to be successful because that's what you were put here to do. Everybody else lived their life and you have to live yours. And you can't hold yourself back and feel sorry and feel bad for other people. See, empaths, we put ourselves in other people's shoes. So that's why sometimes we may not stand up to a person. We may not say how we really feel to a person because we put ourselves in that person's shoes. And we're like, if I say this to this person, I know it's going to hurt them and make them feel bad. You can't worry about that. You can't worry about who's going to feel bad for you speaking your mind, because they speak their mind to you. They let you know how they feel. They let you know they don't like you. They let you know they don't like things about you. So what's so wrong with you speaking up and telling them that you're not going to treat me this way? I'm not going to allow this to go down that way. You thought you were going to come at me like this, but you're not. You didn't curse at nobody. But you have to not there's a time to have empathy and there's a time not to have empathy. So when you have empathy for people and you're an empathic person, you can't have empathy for people in certain situations to where you have to stand up for yourself. You can't feel so bad for a person to where it stops you from speaking up for yourself and standing on what you believe in. So keep praying to God. Ask Him to allow you to be strong. Ask Him to allow you to have strength and to not feel bad for standing up for yourself and to not feel bad for speaking up for yourself. Thank Him for your empathy. Thank Him for making you a good person. But God we're grown. We're adults. It's the real world. Allow us to be able to speak our mind, not get us in any trouble, but allow us to speak. Allow us to have that spirit, that spirit of choke removed off of us, so that way we could speak for ourselves, we could stand up for ourselves. Allow us to be able to heal that inner child in us that was shut down and that was shut up. All right, that inner child that was shut down and shut up, let that child arise, let that child wake up, let that child speak up, let that child be strong, so that way we can be strong and we can speak up and we can stand up for ourselves, because somewhere along the line we were quieted, we were shut down, we were told to shut up, we were told not to speak up. Somebody made us feel like what we had to say was invalid. So let us not care who doesn't like it, because we don't care who don't like it, because we don't battle against flesh and blood, we battle against spirit. So any spirit that don't really care about what we're going through, that's just too bad. All right, there are people who put people through things, and people are going through things, and they have to handle that, and they have to deal with that, and they got to turn into what they're supposed to turn into. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. We out.